when the stem has sprung, of Jesse's lineage coming, as men of old have sung. It came a flowered bride, amid the cold of winter, when half spent was the night. Isaiah 'twas foretold it, the rose I have in mind. With Mary we behold it, the Virgin Mother kind, to show God's love aright. She bore to men a Savior, when half spent was the night.
Marley was dead to begin with. There was no doubt whatever about that.
The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner.
But Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was more than good enough.
Old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
And I don't mean to say that I know of my own knowledge what there is particularly dead about a doornail.
Or to what degree that makes it the deadest piece of ironmongery.
But if you might therefore permit us to repeat emphatically,
Marley was as dead as a doornail.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our Heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Scrooge knew Marley was dead. Of course he did. How could it be otherwise?
Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years.
Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, and his sole friend.
And his sole mourner.
Scrooge had not yet painted out old Marley's name from the front side.
There it stood for years afterwards, above the warehouse door.
Scrooge and Marley.
Some people knew the business called him Scrooge, and some called him Marley.
But he answered to both. It was all the same to him.
As hard and sharp as flint.
So very secretive.
So very self-contained.
Solitary as a tight oyster.
The cold within him nipped his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, made his eyes red, his thin lips blue, and spoke out shrewdly in his grating voice.
Nobody ever stopped him in the street to say, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?"
No children ever asked him what was o'clock.
No man or woman in all his life asked him the way to such and such a place.
But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked.
To edge his way along the crowded paths of life, willing all human sympathy to keep its distance.
Once upon a time.
Of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge sat busy in his counting house.
What, Mr. Cratchit, might you possibly be doing?
Well, I had just imagined, Mr. Scrooge, since it is such a dark day and the fog is so cold and bitter, may put a piece of coal in the stove near my writing desk? A small piece?
Mr. Cratchit,
Yes, sir, Mr. Scrooge.
are you quite aware of the current price of coal?
Of course, sir. I made out the order the first of the month.
And when, Mr. Cratchit, do we receive the coal for this office?
The 5th of the month, sir.
Hence, do you recall placing the daily allotment in the stove this morning?
Of course, sir. Yes, sir.
And are you quite aware, Mr. Cratchit, of the current date?
The 24th of December, sir.
Then that will have to do, will it not?
Of course, sir.
Unless you wish me to be a wastrel with hard-won wages.
No, sir, of course not. I'm sorry, sir.
Saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Saw 3 ships come sailing in
Quite
on Christmas.
enough of that arduous din, nephew.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah! Humbug.
Oh, Christmas, a humbug? I'm sure you don't mean that, Uncle.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're plenty rich enough.
It's all this stuff and nonsense that puts me in such ill humor. As I'm sure Mr. Cratchit will attest. Is that not the case, Cratchit?
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be, Frederick, when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you? But a time for paying bills without money.
What, at the season of Christmas, Uncle?
If I could work my will, every idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stick of holly through his heart.
Uncle!
Nephew, let me keep Christmas in my way. You keep it in yours.
Keep it. But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good it may do you, much good it has ever done you.
There are many good things of which I have not profited that I say have done me good. Christmas among them. Yes, sir, it is the one time a year that men and women find to open up their shut-up free hearts freely and look at the people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave.
Bah.
And although I has never put a scrap of silver or gold in my pocket, I say Christmas has done me good and will do me good, and I say God bless it.
Another sound out of you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation.
Apologies, sir.
Well then, nephew, you're quite the powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Please, don't be angry, Uncle. Come dine with us tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I'll see you first in.
Huh? Master Scrooge, please. Sir.
Humbug.
Why so why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. Bah!
Uncle, if you had known love, perhaps you would...
Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, but you never used that as a reason for not coming before. Why use it as a reason now?
Good afternoon.
Uncle, I ask nothing of you. I want nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
It pains my heart so to find you so resolute. We have never had any quarrel to which I have ever been a part. However, I find myself coming to you, this year, as always, as an homage to the season, asking you to come to our Christmas dinner. And I shall keep my good Christmas humor to the last. So I say, a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Bah! Humbug!
And a Happy New Year.
Off with you this instant!
Ah, and a Merry Christmas to you, Master Bob.
And to you, sir. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well, Bob Cratchit. If such a thing is possible here at this time. I saw 2 ships come sailing in.
And there's another one, my clerk. 15 shillings a week, a wife, and a family, going on about Merry Christmas. I'll retire to the lunatic asylum at Bedlam.
Mr. Scrooge, is it not? From Scrooge and Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. Yes, 7 years ago this very night.
Oh, well, it pains me to hear it. However, we have no doubt his liberality is well represented in this fine facility.
His liberality.
Why, yes, and I am Miss Patricia Fraser. This is my dear, sweet orphan niece, Miss Adelaide Fraser. And we, at this festive season, are usually desirable. We should make some small provision for the poor and the destitute. And more thousands still in need of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Why, of course.
The union workhouses, they are in operation still?
They are still.
The gleaners, the treadmills, the indigent mines, all in full vigor then?
All in good order, sir.
Oh, I was afraid from what you said at first that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course. I'm very glad to hear it.
So a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat, some drink, and some means of warmth. What shall we put you down for?
Nothing. I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough. Those who are badly off must go there.
Then you can't go there at all.
Well then, if they would rather die, they'd better do it and decrease the surplus population. It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere in other people's business. Mine occupies me constantly. If you'd allow it, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
You there! Yes, you! You dirty little miscreants! Cease that racket this instant, or I shall strike you smartly and soundly, and you won't soon forget it! Bah! I suppose you must have all day tomorrow?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. And it's not fair. Why, if I were to dog you have a crown, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It is but once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Yes, of course, Mr. Scrooge, yes. And Mary, I shall be sharp upon the hour.
Let us hope Cratchit. Let us hope.
Ebenezer!
Curious. Rather curious, I dare say.
Ebenezer!
Jacob? Jacob Marley? It's humbug still. I shan't believe it. I know you.
Ebenezer!
How now? Are you a ghost then?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
What do you want with me?
Much, Ebenezer, much.
Is it you? Or is it not?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you at least sit down, Jacob?
I cannot.
Sit, Jacob, please.
I cannot. I must endlessly wander the earth until I have made right what I have done.
Ah, humbug!
You don't believe in me?
I do not.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because of the littlest thing can mess with them. A slightest order of the stomach can cloud the mind. Why, you might be a bit of undigested beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. Why, there's more gravy than grave about you, whatever you are. Apparition, why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do, sir, I must. But why do you wonder? Why do you come to me?
It is required of every man that he should walk abroad among his fellow men, giving aid where needed, giving care where necessary. And if that spirit fails to do so in life, he's condemned to do so after death.
Mercy, Jacob Marley, mercy. You are fettered. Tell me why, spirit.
I wear the chains which I have forged in life. I made them link by link, yard by yard. I girded it upon my own free will. Is its pattern not strange to you?
Ever more strange, and even stranger.
You cannot yet see the fetters in which you are bound. Would you care to know the weight and the length of the strong coil which you bear? It is a ponderous chain.
I see nothing, spirit.
It is plain for me to see, Ebenezer, since I have passed.
Jacob Marley. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give, Ebenezer. Not but a little time is all that I am permitted. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. Oh, captive bound in double irons, such am I. Oh, such am I. Oh. Oh.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, all my business. Oh.
Is there nothing to be done?
Hear me. My time is nearly gone.
I will, but don't be hard upon me. Pray don't be subtle, Jacob.
I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my same fate, Ebenezer.
Oh, you always were a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank ye.
Expect the... You'll be haunted by 3 spirits. You can expect the first one.
Is that the chance and the hope you mentioned?
It is. It is, yes.
Jacob, my partner, my friend, all told, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path which I have tread. You can expect the first visit when the bell tolls 1.
Can't I have them all at once and get it over with?
Expect the second at the hour of 2.
2 on the clock? But I must arise so early, Jacob. So early.
However, the third will arrive at whatsoever time it listeth.
Jacob, dear Jacob, is there no other course?
Look to see me no more, and look to remember what has passed between us. Oh.
Was it a dream? Was it not? It was a dream. Oh, benevolent fortune! Sufficient warning against midnight comestibles, I dare say. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who? And what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What business brings you here?
Your welfare.
My welfare. I cannot help but thinking that a night of unbroken rest would be more conducive to my welfare.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed. Rise and walk with me.
Good heavens! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
And what is that upon your cheek? You recollect this place.
Remember it? I would know it blindfolded. Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Seamus Taylor! Hold there! Albert! Simon! Albert Wilkinson, what say you?
These are but shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness of us. Yet, the school is not quite deserted. A solitary boy, neglected by his family, is left there still.
I know it. Gulliver's Travels! I'll be hornswoggled. It's Gulliver's Travels. As a boy, I could never resist taking the opportunities to read that masterpiece. Jonathan Swift, you know. Oh well. It's much too late now.
Whatever is the matter?
Nothing. No, nothing. Only there was a boy singing Christmas carol at my door last night. I should like to have given him something. That is all.
Let us see another Christmas.
I saw the ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning? Oh dear, dear brother.
Little Fan, it is such a blessing to see your sweet face.
Oh my dear Ebenezer, I have something quite important to tell you.
What is it then?
I don't know if I'm able. It is so embarrassingly good.
Fan, pray tell, I must know.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother. Home, home, home.
Home?
Yes, oh yes. Home for good and home forever and ever.
You've come to take me home?
Father is always kinder than he used to be. The home is like heaven. And he spoke so gently to me one night when I was going to bed. I was not afraid to ask him once more if he might come home. And he said, yes, you should. And then he sent me in a carriage to bring you. And you're to be a man and never come back here. But first we're to be together all Christmas long and have the most merriest time in all the world. I saw the ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw the ships come...
You are quite a woman, little Fan.
Come sailing in
on Christmas Day in the morning.
Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
That she did, Spirit. You're right. I'll not deny it.
She died a woman, and had, as I think, children.
One child.
Your nephew.
Yes, Fred.
Do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. It's old Fezziwig! Oh, bless his heart! It's Fezziwig alive again!
Yo ho there, Ebenezer! Richard! Put down those quiddles this minute! Ben! Rick!
Richard Wilkins. There he is. Bless me, yes, to be sure. He was quite attached to me. Poor Rick. His passing was far too soon.
Yo ho, my boys! Christmas Eve! No more work tonight? Rick! Ben! It's Christmas, I say! Let us have this floor cleared before a man can say, Jack Robinson!
So, Ebenezer.
Yes, Master Richard. Rick. You seem quite distracted as of late, I must say.
Oh, really? Quite noticeable, is it?
Oh yes, Master Richard. Oh yes.
Do you think Belle will be here tonight?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Who else do you think will be here tonight?
I just couldn't say, Rick. I just couldn't say. You couldn't possibly be curious about my sister Fan, could you?
Oh, is she coming tonight?
I just couldn't say, Rick. I just couldn't say.
Ebenezer Scrooge, you black-hearted old codger, I'll break your nose and blacken both your eyes. Is Fan coming tonight or not?
Yes, yes. And she asked about you.
What did she ask? What did she want to know?
Well, you know I'm never one to share a secret, but she did give me this to give to you. A bit old-fashioned, I'll say. Hilly-ho! Let's clear away, my lads, and make lots of room here.
Hilly-ho, Rick! Shut up, Ebenezer! Well done, boys, well done! Let us begin well, my friends. This is my helpmeet, my dance partner, and my co-conspirator all these many years, Mrs. Evelyn Felicia Smith Fezziwig.
Pray, husband, not that many years, I'll warrant.
All the years have passed, unnoticed in peace and love, Pumpkin. Wedded bliss, I tell you. And I tell you all in all, nothing but benevolent, wedded bliss.
Oh, yes, my love. Nothing but pleasant passage thus far. And yet, in your advanced age, you were fixed upon asking my father for my hand. While still, I was showing my youthful blush.
Oh, no, my dear. I thought you were in danger of becoming an old maid.
I am not so long in the tooth, nor near to the grave as you, my dear.
I'll warrant you enjoyed great fortune when you won my heart.
Oh, yes. The prospect of being a happy young widow! In all soberness and candor, we are over the moon this evening to be in the company of such good friends, such good people, in good health and good spirits.
And we are eager to share what the Almighty has seen fit to bestow upon us, and obliged to you for helping to make it thus.
Hence, in the spirit of the season, we have rehearsed a favorite carol from our county of origin, which reflects a sentiment we have come to embrace.
And please forgive my caterwaul.
Oh, no, my dear, you won't be singing with us tonight. We can't have it ruined in their ears forever. Just the first verse, my dears.
Oh, Mummy, why not all 3 verses?
'Twouldn't be a proper Christmas without all of them. And Papa must sing.
Oh, yes, most definitely he must.
Quietly, though. Father, please.
And if you know it, please feel free to join in. Good people all this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending his beloved Son. With Mary holy we should pray to God with love this Christmas day. And when Bethlehem upon the moor there was a blessed Messiah born. Near Bethlehem did shepherds keep their flocks and lambs and feeding sheep, and to the angels did appear, which put the shepherds in great fear. Prepare and go, the angel said, to Bethlehem, be not afraid, for there you'll find this happy morn, a princely babe, sweet Jesus born.
Belle, Fan, you look wonderful.
With thankful heart and joyful mind, the shepherds went the babe to find. And as those angels had foretold, they did the Savior Christ behold. Within a manger he was laid, and by his side the Virgin Maid, attending to the Lord of light, who came on earth to end all strife.
Let us begin by dancing the Brighton two-step.
deck
the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Don me now our gay apparel. La 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 la. To the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. La 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. La 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 la. Join me in merry measure. La 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 la. From the ancient Yuletide treasure. La 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 la.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why, is it not? He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. It isn't that. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Why, the happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
Then what is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a few words to my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quickly.
Belle, my dear.
What imminent and perilous situation has made you so late on this day?
A business matter required my immediate attention.
I know, of course I know. 'Twas a business matter. Yet that you are this late again matters little to me in this moment. And to you it must matter less. To you it seems to matter very little.
Belle, please, if you would allow me to explain and to apologize.
Oh my! How refreshing! And this explanation, this apology, how will it be different from all other explanations and apologies? Another idol has displaced me, Ebenezer. Oh, my dear Ben, if this idol can cheer and comfort you in the time to come as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This idol, as you call it, is immunity from the harsh dealings of this world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty, and nothing which it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into that of being untouched by the demands of this life. All your other dreams submit to this obsession. I've watched your noble aspirations fall off one by one. Your other hopes, your other goals, as the master passion, gain gold wealth. It engrosses you.
What then? Is my ambition so despicable? Even if I had grown so much more focused and clever, what then? I am not changed towards you. I am not a bit.
Ben, our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until we could improve our worldly fortune. Yet you are now quite changed. When it was made, you are another man.
As a boy.
And it is made quite apparent by your own feelings that you are not what you were. I am. That bond which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. Tell me, if this bond had never been between us, would you seek me out and try to win me now? No, Ben. You would not.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could, heaven knows. But if you were free, today, tomorrow, yesterday, can even I believe that you would choose a poor, dowerless girl? Or if for a moment you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so, the epic pursuit of riches, I know your regret would surely follow. I do know it. I know it. And how often, how keenly I've thought of this, I cannot say. I release you.
Patience! Belle, have I ever sought release?
In words, no, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in a different kind of hope, in everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. Then, this contract had never been between us. You even said you would not seek me out. And I cannot be with a man who does not love me more than money. May you be happy in the life you've chosen, Ebenezer. May you find great comfort in your lone pursuit. Ebenezer Scrooge!
Spirit, show me no more. Conduct me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more. No more. I don't wish to see it. Show me no more.
Oh, Mother, these sweets are so lovely. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my dearest.
Remove me from this place.
I told you, these were shadows of the things that have been. That they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me from this place. I cannot bear it. Leave me. Take me back.
Remember, Ebenezer.
Hold me no longer.
Remember.
You snivelly little weasel. You decrepit old badger. Step forth. Look upon me. I am the ghost of Christmas present. I say you have never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
You mean you have never walked with any of my older brothers and sisters and born in previous years?
I don't think that I have. No, I'm afraid I have not. Have you many brothers and sisters, Spirit?
More than 1,800, man. Hailing back to a night of overwhelming starlight. A night more bright and powerful that shall never diminish nor cool.
A tremendous family to provide for.
Blind as a mole. Will you never see the light that surrounds you at every moment and every turn?
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I began this course by compulsion, and yet I have learned lessons that are working within me now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe.
Spirit, I wonder that you, of all the many beings in the world around us, would seek to extinguish these people's hope of a guiltless pleasure.
I?
That you would seek to deprive them of their foods on the seventh day, fast through some few hours of leisure and familiar comfort.
I seek to deprive them?
Forgive me if I am wrong, but it has been done in your name.
There are those upon this earth of yours who claim to know us, the ethereal spirits of this world, whose only hope is to bring light to this ever-widening darkness.
I've upset you, spirit. Spare me your wrath.
Those who do their deeds of passion, pride, ill will, hatred, envy, bigotry, and selfishness in our name, who are strange to us and all our kith and kin, as if they had never lived.
I suppose I was mistaken, spirit. Ma'am?
Remember that, man, and charge their doings upon them, and not upon us.
That I shall promise, ghost.
Go on, not now. Shoo, shoo, go, go, go.
And the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the woods, the holly bears the crown. The rising of the sun, and the running of the deer, the playing of merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a blossom, as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our sweet Savior. The holly bears a berry.
La 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 la. I told you that was the smell of our turkey, Portia. I told you. I told you, Nigel. You can smell it all the way from the sweet shop.
Portia, Nigel, you two need to quiet down and wash up.
Were you two at the back of the sweet shop begging for licorice?
Oh, no, Belinda. No, we were not. Not at all. Oh, no, Belinda, no. We would not beg at the back door of the sweet shop. For licorice? No, Portia, no. We would never beg at the back door of the sweet shop for anything.
Then why do you smell like peppermint?
We weren't begging, Belinda. We were asking.
Very nice, too.
And we were asking for peppermint.
Then why do you smell like licorice?
Well, Mr. Erickson's asked me if I wanted peppermint, and I said no, that I wanted licorice. Because it's Christmas, he said. It's even Christmas in Sweden, did you know that?
What have I told you both about begging Mr. Erickson for sweets? And about bearing false witness? I should send you both to your beds for the rest of the day.
On Christmas, Mother! Not on Christmas, Mom, please. Please, not on Christmas Day!
Well, it is Christmas Day, but I could change my mind at any turn, so you better mind your mum. Now, run along and fetch Peter and have him bring in that goose. Your father must be almost here by the clock.
And Tim.
Shoo, run along with you now.
Look how strong you are, Peter.
Oh, Peter, do be careful. Right here, right here.
Oh, Peter, that feels so very, very good.
Mummy made it.
Well, I couldn't have got it on the table without your help, Peter, or even prepared it without your help, Belinda. But I am curious as an oyster then. Whatever's got your precious father?
And Tim.
And Martha, we're nearly done.
Yes, where is Martha? She weren't as late last Christmas by half an hour.
Here's Martha, Mother.
Here's Martha, Mummy.
Oh, hello. Why, bless your heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
Well, Mother, we'd a deal of work to finish up. Last night at the shop and had to clear away this morning, and...
No matter, so long as you are calm.
At the last. Merry Christmas to you as well, my dear sister. Merry, merry, evermore merry, dearie.
Sit you down and have a warm cuppa. Lord bless ya. Now, where were we? The holly bears a berry, as red as any blood, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do poor sinners good. The holly
sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on early Christmas morn.
No, Bear's coming!
Evening, my dears. Look what I brought. Okay, come on over, Tim. Here is your chair. All right. And I'm so glad to see your lovely face on this lovely day.
Father, you have soot on your forehead.
Ah, you'll make such a wonderful mother and a wife, my dear.
For a very, very lucky suitor.
Oh, look, she's blushing. You are as flushed as a country peach.
You have news. Tell us.
No. Let's not even whisper of it. It might break the charm.
So there will be happy news then.
I will only say that it might be a very happy new year for myself and for all of us.
Oh, and you're so deserving, my dear. So deserving.
Are you feeling well enough?
It's been a very busy season, and I mean to lie abed tomorrow for a good long rest.
Good for you. Well, you little toads, come listen to the pudding singing in the copper.
The pudding? Yes, sir, Mr. Peter.
Hurry on then.
Oh, yes. I'll take this off for you.
There we go.
Let's go. Work, Nigel.
So, how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold. And better. Somehow he gets very thoughtful sitting by himself so much, thinking the strangest things you've ever heard. He said to me coming home, he hoped that the people at the church saw him because he was a cripple, and it might be pleasant unto them to remember upon this day who made the lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Oh, my tiny little boy and my good husband. Happy day to you.
And countless more, my love, countless more.
Time for Christmas dinner then.
Ah. Oh,
Come along,
wonderful.
children.
Thank you. Oh, there never was such a goose.
Hurrah, what a feast.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you all.
The holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ for to redeem us all. The rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of merry organ, sweet singing in the choir.
Oh, wonderful. What a wonderful pudding.
Oh,
Oh,
wonderful. Wonderful.
may I? I regard this the greatest success achieved by Mother Cratchit since our marriage.
Oh, you! What do you call all these children of yours that I've brought up and bred right?
Of course, you're right, Mary. There is no comparison. Children, this pudding is far better than all of you together.
How could you? Well, at least now I've the weight of all that off my mind.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat by the fireplace and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh no. Oh no, good spirit. Tell me he will be spared.
If these shadows remain remain unaltered by the future. None other of my kin shall find him there.
Is there nothing to be done?
What be it then? If he be likely to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Man, will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It may be under heaven that you are more worthless and less fit to live than that poor man's child.
And to Mr. Scrooge. To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish he were here, and I'd give him a piece of my mind that I'm sure he'd want to feast upon.
Mary, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, upon which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge.
What's that?
I agree.
And ugly and ill-tempered. And he smells of old cabbage.
Children.
And he lurks around in that big, old, dark building like an ogre, lurking on dogs and children.
Belinda.
You know he is all of that, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. I'm sure he'll be very merry and very happy and generous and chipper, I've no doubt.
Okay.
May God bless us, everyone, even smelly old Mr. Scrooge.
Tim.
Should we sing some carols now?
When we sing, will we away now?
Oh, Tim, that is such a melancholy tune.
It's far too sad, Tim. It's not sad, it's true. It was real, Mom, wasn't it?
Yes, son, it was.
But, Tim, there's so many other happier carols for Christmas.
But it is happy. Isn't it happy that baby Jesus went to Egypt and escaped the evil King Herod?
Tim is the youngest, so he should get to sing the first song.
Of course he should. Of course. We should sing this song. You start us, Tim.
Will away the little tiny child. Bye bye, Lully, the little tiny child. Bye bye, Lully. Oh, sisters too, how may we do for to preserve this day? Restore younglings, for whom we sing. Bye bye, Louie, Louie. Herod the king, in his raging, chartered me doth this day. His men of might in his own sight, his young children to slay. Oh, with me, poor child, for thee, and every morn and day, for thy parting, and say nor sing. Bye bye, woo-wee, woo-way.
There are other shadows to see.
He calls Christmas a humbug. As I live, he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
Ah, he is a comical old fellow, that's the truth. Although as unpleasant as he might be, I have nothing to say against him. He suffers from his own ill whims every year.
Well, I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? His money don't do him any good. He don't benefit anyone with it. He don't make himself comfortable with it. He don't even have the satisfaction of thinking he is going to benefit us with it.
Well, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I feel sorry for him. Who suffers because of his ill whims? Himself, always. I mean to give him the same chance every year whether he likes it or not. What's the consequence?
Well, I think that he loses a very good dinner, if I must say it myself.
Why, I very much agree, my dear. It was splendid. Top-notch, topper. What do you say?
Oh, please, Fred. Don't ask me. A bachelor is a wretched outcast who has no right to express an opinion on the subject.
Oh, come now, Topper, you are a man of the world.
And because I know not where'll be from one day to the next, I am a beggar who might starve without the generosity and compassion of good people like you.
Oh, spare us your theatrics. What did you think?
Fortunately, although I'm no connoisseur, I loved every last morsel.
Oh, I'm very grateful and appreciative. Thank you, Topper.
Do go on, Fred.
He never finishes what he means to say. You are a ridiculous fellow, my darling.
I am made ridiculous by my love for you.
Oh, no. You shan't distract me with your flattery. Do go on.
Cannot continue without a peck upon the lips.
Continue.
I was only going to say that the consequence of his taking a disliking to us and not making merry with us is that he misses out on a few pleasant moments that could do him no harm.
Here.
I plan on inviting him to our dinner every year whether he likes it or not.
Seems like a disagreeable fellow.
I pity him. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but I defy him. If he finds me in good humor coming to him year after year and saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? Please have some of our tremendous dinner. He might at least give his clock an extra 50 quid per year. I think I shook him yesterday.
Well, you should shake him. Like a chicken you're preparing for supper.
Oh. All this talk of my uncle puts me in a melancholy mood, my dear. Please sing me Mum's favorite Christmas song. That should lift our spirits somewhat.
Dear Mother Fan, of course, my dear.
Come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning? Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Our Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day in the morning. Where they sailed those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Where they sailed those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning. And where they sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And oh, they sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And oh, the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning.
Spirit, they just started the carols.
We cannot wait.
Just until the end of the song.
And let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Oh.
You played very well.
Thank you so much, my dear. Unfortunately, all this goodwill puts me in mind of my melancholy and ill-tempered uncle, who should be here on this day with his kith and kin.
Indeed.
He has given us plenty of diversion and merriment, I'm sure, my dear.
And it would be ungrateful for him not to drink his health.
Then, let us take this mulled wine at hand. And I say, Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge, and Happy New Year to him, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nonetheless. Uncle Scrooge.
May he feel the joy of the season in spite of his spiteful self.
Yeah.
Are you about ready to go?
I suppose, Spirit.
I'm growing dim, Jen.
Lead on.
Touch my robe, and I shall bear you safely. And you shall see.
What place is this?
This is a place where miners dwell, who labor in the bellies of the earth. But they know me, see? See those who work the waters of the waves? See them?
Spirit, forgive me. I am not justified in what I ask, but these children with ever increasing demands.
Oh, look here, man. Look here.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's, and they cling to me and whomever else they are able to see and touch. This child is want. This child is ignorance. Beware them both, for they are outraged that mankind would never own them, but desperate and hoping they someday might. They will never find comfort nor consolation until the end of time. Deny it, mankind! Deny it with your slanderous tongues, for you are they who have created want and allowed ignorance to grow.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Spirit, will you never forgive my guilt, nor forget my shame?
My time is much spent. And yet,
Cannot be done.
perhaps.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Now, you mad-brained brutes before us, please shut to your yapper.
That's it, people-headed, black-haired knaves.
Look here, man. Be strong, but be wise.
And now we'll have a 15-minute
Lead on then. The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me, I know. Lead on, spirit, pray, lead on.
No, I haven't heard much about it either way. All I know is that he's dead. When did he die? Last night, I believe.
Why, what was the matter with him?
Who knows?
Honestly, I thought he'd never die.
What did he do with his money? I haven't heard. Perhaps he left it to his company. He didn't leave it to me, that's all I know. It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. For the life of me, I can't think of anyone to attend it.
Shame.
Say, gents, suppose we form a party and volunteer.
I don't mind going if lunch is provided, but if we put one together, I must be fed.
I feel I am the most disinterested, but I suppose if the two of you are going, I will as well. And we can have a fill of mulled port afterwards.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
I must say, I feel I may have been his closest friend, for we used to stop and speak whenever we met.
I must say, a flagon of mulled port at this very moment does not sound amiss.
Or two.
Have you sampled their hot butter rum? Precious.
My mouth waters at the very thought. We must be off.
What? And you?
Not so is you. Both of you.
You and myself, right here and now then.
Oh, I thought I might be seeing you all this day, but not all in the same hour.
I'm right here, Joe. Let the charwoman be the first. Let the laundress be the second. Let the undertaker's man be the third. We all three met here at the same time, not even meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. We're all well suited. Come into the parlor. We're all well matched. I pray thee, come into the parlor.
What odds then? What odds? 'Course I say every man hereabouts has the right to take care of himself. He always did.
That's true indeed. No man more so.
Why then don't stand staring as if you was afraid, woman. Who's the wiser?
We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose.
No point to it, is there?
There's no sense fighting between ourselves.
Very well then. That's enough. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, Mum. Not where he's going.
If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, the old wicked screw, then why wasn't he a more good and natural man in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have had somebody with him when death struck him, instead of lying there gasping out his last breath alone by himself.
It's true indeed. And true word ne'er spoke. It's a judgment on him.
I wish it was a little harsher judgment, and it should have been. You can depend upon it. If I could have laid my hands on anything else, I'd have done it right off.
Emptied out his ulcers and gruel right on those lovely silken pillows.
Open my bundle, Joe. Tell me the value of it. Tell me out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it.
We knew pretty well that we were helping ourselves before we met here.
Well,
Ain't no sin.
Open it, Joe.
Hang on there. I still got to get back to work. The consumption's acting up this time of year, and it's a bugger to get behind.
Stink of the sinners.
Well then, that'll settle your account. And don't ask me for another penny, or I will knock off half a crown. No, who's next?
Me.
Very nice. I always give too much to me friends. It's a weakness of mine. I don't watch myself. And if you ask me for another penny, I'll repent myself of being so liberal and knock off half a crown.
Mercy sake, Joe. Open my bundle.
What do we have here, Missy? Bed curtains?
I have bed curtains, Mum.
You don't mean to say you took these down, rings and all, with him just lying there?
Yep, and rightly so. Why not?
Oh, you were made to make your fortune and none dare say nay. Wait, I hope you didn't die of anything catching.
Don't be afraid of that. It was his bones that took his breath. But look at that shirt there. Your eyes will ache and still not find a hole in it. It was the best he had. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
Well, what do you call wasting of it?
Why, putting it on him to be buried in for sure.
Spirit, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. Merciful heavens! What is that? Who was that man? This bedroom, does it seem too dreadfully familiar? How simple it would seem to lift a bedsheet, and I long to do it, but I cannot. Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not forget its lessons. I understand you, and I long to do it. Oh, but I have not the power, Spirit. I have not the power. Spirit, show me some tenderness connected with the death.
At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily, verily, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And
That hurts my eyes. Whosoever
therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me.
Oh, did you see your father on the way?
No, but we were coming from the shop. So.
It's past his time to be home, isn't it?
Well,
Are you enjoying the millinery shop, Belinda?
what's to enjoy? Stitching together a load of frilly nonsense so that frilly women can come along and purchase something with cot feathers that might wake their snoring husband from beside the fire and notice them.
Belinda, please.
I told you how it would be, and went to great lengths to secure that position.
And we are grateful for the additional support brought into this family, Martha. Aren't we, Belinda?
Yes, Mum. Thank you, Martha.
You're quite welcome. You'll get used to it right off.
And thank Mr. Glickman, too.
I will not hear you two going on with such an arduous din when your father gets home.
I won't, Mother.
Whenever he gets home.
Do you think he's been beaten or robbed?
Beaten and robbed? Portia, whatever put these ideas into your head?
Nobody would rob Dad. They like him too much.
Besides, he would probably give them whatever they wanted before they even asked.
And then ask them to Christmas dinner.
Although, I do think he has walked a little slower than he used to these last few evenings, Mother.
Yes, but I've seen him walk very fast indeed with Tiny Tim on his shoulder.
So have I. Often, charging on like a foxhound.
As your father was a great galloping horse. Or when Tim was flying, like a little sparrow.
Yes.
Although, he was very light to carry, wasn't he?
Yes. Ah, there's your father at the door.
Thank you. Good evening, my dears. Thank you. I went to see it today, you know. I wish you could have been there with me. Would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But you shall see it often. I promised him we would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My tiny little child.
Sorry, Dad. I feel like such a child.
Your tender feelings do you credit, Peter. Do not be ashamed of those, my son. Well then, Peter, I'm pleased to say I have just met Scrooge's nephew, Fred, just right on the avenue. And he gave me his personal card and said that you could come to see him as soon as is feasible.
Why, sir?
To see if he might have a desirable working situation for you. Isn't it quite wonderful? Now, I've only met Fred so rarely, no more perhaps than once a year. And he said to me, Master Bob Cratchit, you look a little down, you know. So I did tell him of our current circumstance, and he said he was heartily sorry for it. And heartily sorry for my good wife.
How do you know that Mummy's a good wife?
Everybody knows that.
Very well observed, my boy. Very well observed.
They should call you Good Wife Cratchit.
Heartily sorry, he said. Heartily sorry for your good wife. And if I may be of service to you in any way, he gave me his card. That's where I live. Pray come to me.
Oh, my dear. He's a kind soul.
He wasn't for the sake of anything of note that he might be able to do for us, so much as for his kind way. It seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim, and he felt the same along with us.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
And you will be sure of it if you saw and spoke to him, my dear. And mark what I say here and now. I should not be at all surprised if he got Peter a very legitimate situation.
Only hear that, Peter.
And he might have a situation for me as well, do you think?
Belinda.
Yes.
And for Martha too, of course.
Thank you so much for thinking of my welfare, dear sister. I knew I could depend on you. And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and setting up for it.
Get along with you. It's just as likely as not. One of these days, Peter, there will be a young woman.
There's plenty of time for that, my dear. Don't go making me a grandmother so soon.
But however, whenever we part from one another, I'm sure we shall none of us forget, shall we?
No.
And I know, as we recollect, how patient, how mild he was, although he was a little child, that we should not easily quarrel among ourselves and forget our little brother in doing it.
No.
Oh, Dad.
No.
I'm very happy, my dears, my sweet. I'm very happy for us and our little family.
Not that little. I'd say we're a pretty good sized crew, wouldn't you?
Spirit, something tells me that our parting moment is near at hand. I know it. I know not how I know it. What's that man? Before I go near that stone, answer me one question. Answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows of things that may be only? Men's lives will foreshadow certain ends to which they must lead if they persevere in that course. But if the life course be changed, the ends be changed. Say it is thus. Please say it is thus with me. Am I the man upon the bed? Oh no! No, 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 no! Spirit, no! Oh no! Children, spirit! Hear me, please. I'm not the man I was. I'm not the man I would have been, except for your instructions here this night. Please, tell me these shadows might be changed by an altered life. Why show me this? If there's no hope for me, why? Spirit, children, I feel your nature intercedes for me and it pities me. I will keep Christmas in my heart. I will try to live it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three of them will strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they have taught. Please, tell me that I might live to see another blessed Christmas. I will, you know. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three of them will strive within me. Oh, Jacob, merciful heavens, and Christmas time be praised for this. I say it right from my heart, old Jacob, right from my heart. The shadows of the things that may have been will be dispelled. They will be. I know they will be. I don't know what to do. I'm like a fella. I'm as happy as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken sailor man. Oh, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to everybody! Happy New Year to all the world! What? Didn't I know it gave the monkeys? How long have you been amongst the spirits? Here. sold anyways. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Don't really care. I'd rather be just a baby. And so I'm right here, and right now. Hello! Hello there!
Me, sir?
Yes, you!
Oh.
Wait! What day is it today?
Today?
Yes, my fine fellow. What's today?
Today, sir? Why, Christmas Day, of course.
Christmas Day. By all blessed, I haven't missed it. The spirits have already brought it all done. Of course they can. They can do anything they like. My fine fellow, are you aware of the poultry butcher on the next road over?
I sure hope I am. I've been past there enough times.
Ah, a remarkable boy, an intelligent boy. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey? The one that was hanging there, the big one.
The one big as me.
Oh, an incredible boy. It's a pleasure to talk to you, my dear boy.
It's hanging there right now.
Is it? Go and buy it.
I doubt that, sir. I ain't got for 3 halfpennies.
Oh, no. I am in earnest. Go have and bring it here, that I might buy it myself. Hence, and give them the directions where to take it. Hence, if you are back with the man and the bird, I shall give you a shilling. Go back in 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown. Open it up. Dear ladies, how do you do? I do hope that you were successful yesterday in making provisions for those in need. It was very kind of you.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge, is it not?
Yes, that's me. But would you please call me Ebenezer?
Why, that's quite informal, sir.
It would give me great comfort and cheer if you would.
From Scrooge and Marley's, and you are Scrooge, correct?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it might not be pleasant to you, and I would like to take this opportunity to ask your pardon. Would you please call me Ebenezer?
Ebenezer, then.
And would you do me the goodness?
Lord bless me!
Are you quite serious, Mr. Scrooge?
Oh, yes, please. Not a farthing less. There's a great many back payments in it, I assure you. Now, will you do me this favor?
Oh, yes, we will. Oh, yes, and we'll be all frugal and generous all at once.
Sir, we don't know quite what to do with this munificence.
Don't say anything at all. And would you please call me Ebenezer?
Of course, Ebenezer.
Thank you. Now, pray tell me, will you accept it?
Of course.
Oh, thank you. I am much obliged to ye. I thank you 50 times and bless ye both.
Good day, Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. Ebenezer, and a Happy New Year.
Mrs. Dilbert, isn't it? You do my bedding.
Oh, no, sir. Is something wrong?
No, not at all. Everything's just fine.
Have I made a grave mistake, sir?
No, Mum. Everything's just fine, I say. Take this. These do not serve me at present. Might you find some use for them?
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. I certainly can. Is it too much to part with?
Not at all. You can't take it with you, I suppose.
Oh, no, sir.
Oh, happy day to you. And now, is my nephew at home?
Nephew?
Yes.
Master Frederick?
Yes.
And you are?
I am his Uncle Ebenezer.
I've not seen you ere before.
And that is something that I would like to change starting today. And now, whithersoever is Master Frederick?
Oh, come sit, and I'll go find the master and mistress.
Ah, very well. My dear, you have a very becoming smile. Your husband must find it rather fetching.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. He could do a bit better at wooing me, I'll confess to you.
Fred,
Why, bless my soul, who's that?
it is I, your Uncle Ebenezer. I have come to dinner. Might I stay?
Why, yes, Uncle, of course you can stay.
Thank you, Fred. Ah, thank you.
You are very welcome. Of course you can stay, Uncle. This is my dear wife, Moira.
Oh, my dear Moira, what a lovely name.
Thank you, Uncle Scrooge.
Would you please call me Ebenezer?
Yes, of course, Uncle Ebenezer. Did you know that an Ebenezer is an altar built into the Lord in the Bible?
Oh, yes. That was due to my mother's hopes for me. But she died actually on the day I was born. And my father, well, times were different then, weren't they? And father had to be very stern and rather strict, didn't he?
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, it pains me to hear about your early life.
My dear Moira, you have such a beautiful face and such kind eyes. Fred has his mother's eyes. And I must say, there are times when it is hard for me to look at him and see his mother in those eyes and not become quite overwhelmed.
Dear Mother Fan, your sister.
I was hoping that I might ask a small favor.
Of course, anything.
I understand that you have a lovely singing voice.
Now, where would you have heard that?
Would you mind singing part of the song, I Saw Three Ships?
Why?
It was one of my sister's favorites, and I have not been able to sing it, nor even hear it, for many a year now. How old are you getting to be, nephew?
Old enough to notice, I dare say.
Hence for that many years since his birth. Would you,
How did you know this was mine?
please?
I saw
Three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day.
I
Saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. What was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day in the morning?
Bob! Bob! Husband! Cratchit!
Master Scrooge! Master Scrooge! We had such a long night.
It's time for you to get to work.
Oh.
Get up, Bob.
Oh, Mary, it's but once a year.
Here, have this cup of tea. There's no time for it to cool.
Thank you.
I tried to warn you, Robert. I kept saying to be cautious.
Could you please go and tell Mr. Scrooge I'm ill today?
If you don't get straight to the counting house, you'll have all year to stay home and think about it because you've been sacked by old Mr. Scrooge. Get going. Get on with you now.
You're quite right, Mary. I must go to our office then.
Yes?
Cratchit! It's 18 past the hour. You might as well not even bother to go into work today.
Oh no, Mr. Scrooge. I must go to the office. I'm sorry, sir. I'm well behind my time. I shall be ready forthwith.
Yes, Bob Cratchit. You are well beyond the beginning of the workday, are you not?
Now you hold your tongue right there. I have some things I'd like you to hear.
Mary, please.
Therefore, yes, therefore, I am about to give you the rest of the day off and raise your salary.
Sir?
A Merry Christmas to you, Bob, and to your delightful children. My dear Mrs. Cratchit, I have been quite remiss in my responsibilities to you and to your lovely family. I would like to take this opportunity to apologize and promise to do better by you in the future. Although, you might want to hide that, at least until next year. And would you please call me Ebenezer, Mum?
Of course, Ebenezer.
But, Mr. Scrooge, it is I who am so tardy today, and you wish to apologize?
I owe you a merrier Christmas than I have ever given you, Bob, for many a year now. I'll raise your salary, and I will endeavor to assist your family wherever needed, and we shall discuss your affairs this very day. Might I stay?
Please.
I have been to a shop owned by a Mr. Erickson, and he tells me that on a Christmas day, the children of today very much like a taste of peppermint. Is that so?
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Scrooge. Lots of children of today like a taste of peppermint on a Christmas day.
And do you?
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Scrooge.
And you? Wouldn't you?
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Wouldn't you like a smart piece of peppermint as well? How about a few pieces of licorice then?
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Young man, you appear to be about the age to be seeking a promising internship. Am I correct in that observation?
Yes, sir. Other lads my age are starting up with trades and apprenticeships.
How would you like to apprentice with your father? When I am dead and gone, which might not be too long now, my nephew will likely inherit my interests, and he will need an honest, dedicated, hard-working man like your father to manage them for him. And your father will need a clever boy like you to make it possible for him to do so. But I want you to explore and examine all your options. And if you're interested, come and see me.
Yes, sir.
Young lady. My niece received instruction, theory and analysis from the Girls and Women's College of Northumbria. Now, I know that it is not in fashion for a woman to be a scholar, but I think you would thrive in that atmosphere. One charged with challenging ideas and serious debate. I say we put an application in by sundown. What say you?
Whatever I need to sign my name to, I most surely will.
And you, my dear, you must be Martha. It would seem to me that having your father and your brother well versed in the areas of finance and investment, that you would be wise to save, budget, and invest, that someday you might open your own millinery shop. An endeavor to which I would be delighted to assist you. But now, I have some business to attend to with a Mr. Timothy Cratchit. Tell me, do you like stories of adventure, my boy?
Oh, yes, sir, very much so.
Are you familiar with this book? It has a story of a very small people who must be very clever to overcome their many difficulties.
As small as me?
Smaller, much smaller, and so much to overcome. Tim, I would like you to have this book. What do you think of that?
I think that's brilliant, Mr. Scrooge, but I can't read.
Yet?
Well then, I will have to come by and read it to you bit by bit then, won't I? And I shall endeavor to not smell of old cabbage whilst we are in close quarters. Now, Bob, I do believe that we are in the process of discussing your future in the Scrooge and Marley Institute of Lending, Finance and Reclamation. So, what do you say we sample a mite of that gin there? I say, God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Scrooge was better than his word.
He did it all, and infinitely more.
And to Tiny Tim,
Who did not die.
He was the second father.
He became as good a friend.
As good as an employer.
The goodest man as the old city knew.
Bernie, the good old city, town, and borough, and the good old world.
Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little he did.
For he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good, at which some people did not find laughter at.
Knowing that such as these would be blind anyway, he thought it well enough that they should wrinkle up their eyes in grins and smirks.
His own heart laughed, and that was good enough for him.
He had no further exchanges with the spirits.
And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, although not many people possess that knowledge.
May that be truly said of us, of all of us.
And so, as Tiny Tin observed,
God bless us, everyone.
in singing a verse of angels we have heard on high.
Angels we have heard on high